Welcome back to Lamb's Cryptoverse, and you know what to do, right? Like us and subscribe to us, because that's how we can continue these videos. Today, I got a very important story to talk about. It's this. Let me just minimize myself here so you can see what I mean by this. I think we're forming a major market bottom in Bitcoin. And I'm going to be relying on some Glassnode data to tell my story. So the story is going to be one, there's a major market bottom in Bitcoin. Number two, we've got the two C's, meaning we're at a major market bottom, we're forming that, but we don't have a major bottom point, meaning we're not at the market bottom. So we're forming a bottom. Remember, that takes months, right? But when you're at the bottom, that could be only a period of hours or days. And my second point in this story is we don't have the two C's, confluence and capitulation. You know, I love to talk about those. So let's get started. So here you can see it almost looks like what William O'Neill used to talk about when he formed Investors Business Daily way back when, this cup and handle. And right now we're forming a handle and we're probably going to dip a little. That's according to his formation. But the point of Glassnode here is that we have a range, a nice healthy range here. So they're going to talk about now what we're seeing in terms of evidence of a major market bottom. And the first one they're going to talk about, let me just move myself here, is this. We've got the Puell Multiple and the realized price. So they've got two indicators here that are showing we're forming a major market bottom. And you can see here it was 35 days recently, and that's in purple, the purple vertical bars or shaded area. At the other major market bottom, it was 19 days back in 2018, 2019, and it was 28 days back in 2014, 15's bottom. So you can see here, this is a full evidence that we're at a major market bottom for Bitcoin. So let's go to the next chart. This chart here also shows that we're in the middle of a major market bottom. And here, for this time period, it's 3 months. For the previous market bottom of 2018, 19, they mislabeled it here. It's basically 18 and 19. It was 5.5 months. And for 2014, 15's bottom, it was 10 months. So I said we're in the middle of a major market bottom because you could see here it's 3 months. And before that, it was 6 months, basically. And it was 10 months before that. So we're halfway there. So this is pretty good. I didn't explain what indicator this is, but basically what Glassnode did is they created a few indicators of what they call balanced price and realized price. And when it's pink, it's showing that the balanced price, which is what they calculated, is below the Bitcoin price, which is below the realized price. So there's a whole bunch of pricing models going out there. Just so you know, from historical perspective, Willie Wool is the guy that created all this stuff. He did a great job creating all these pricing models. So let's go to the next chart. This is, again, from Glassnode. This is a chart, and I like this chart a lot because it brings me back to another YouTube video that I did that talked about the difference between short-term charts and long-term charts. And you want to see both of the charts hitting bottom at bear market bottoms. And a lot of time you get these quickly moving charts, or like stochastics, for example, but you don't get the long-term bottoms because it takes a long time, I should say, to hit a long-term bottom in these long-term charts. And this Glassnode chart that they made, they put two. The one in blue tends to be more of a short-term chart. The one in red, the red line, tends to be a longer-term chart that moves slowly. And I like to watch the red. I like to follow the red chart more red indicator, I should say, because it shows the long-term holders. And these tend to be really strong hands. And it shows you the percent of long-term holders supply in profit. And you could see here that we're coming towards a major market bottom. And the same thing with the blue. This is the blue one's the percent of total supply in profit. So this also includes short-term holders. And when we're at a very good point here, but we're not at the bottom. And how do I know that? First of all, because we could dip more. But second of all, if we were at a major market bottom, Glassnode would have put green shading here. So we do not have green shading. But the point from Glassnode is that we're coming awfully close. So let's go to the next chart. Now we're going to move away from Glassnode and into CryptoQuant. And CryptoQuant also has some charts showing that we're a major market bottom. For example, the MVRV ratio is showing, excuse me, I've had this never-ending cold, but we're at a long-term bottom. If you look at the MVRV ratio here, you can see we're at the green area here. So that's a very good sign. But then we've got some contradictions. So I'm going to talk to you about, I could go on and on with the contradictions, but I'll show you one or two. Number one, the leverage ratio is too high. It should be lower if we're at major market bottom. For example, over here, back in 2021, mid-July 2021, Bitcoin prices declined rapidly, and we saw the leverage ratio was much, much lower at only 15%. And now we're at like, wow, I don't even want to tell you, we're at between 40 and 45%. That's very high. And of course, related to that, open interest, it's too high. You want this number to come, this blue line to come lower. And then we have what I'm calling an anomaly, and that's in the Puell Multiple, and I blew it up for you. Let me just move this up. Now you could see here the Puell Multiple, it's too high now. It should be at a much, much lower level within this green shaded area. And here's a contradictory evidence I'm seeing. Number one, we've got some pooling, companies that pool for staking that may be at distressed level. And with the biggest evidence of that is a company called Puell, which is said to be having liquidity issues. The second evidence that is it's contradictory is that Core Scientific issued an 8K to the SEC saying they may go bankrupt, they have liquidity issues. And today, there were rumors that Algo Blockchain, another major miner, is also having liquidity issues. So if we're having liquidity issues, why is a Puell multiple so high? I think we need to go lower. Maybe just a lag in the data, but this is not showing that we're at a major market bottom. And the same thing with the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. If you look up here, we're at fear, but not at extreme fear. And that's where we're yellow here. We should be red, and it's not red. And you're seeing the same thing with altcoins. Altcoin index is low, but it's not very low. And lastly, or next to last, is shitcoins. Shitcoins like, well, you know what they are. Shiba Inu, Dogecoin. They're actually rallying. Maybe that's because of Twitter. They're like doubling in price, some of these. But maybe that's because of Elon Musk. But my point is they wouldn't be rallying this much, even if Elon Musk supported them, because if investors were scared, they would be selling shitcoin regardless of what Elon Musk has to say. And I think we covered everything. No, we didn't talk about confluence. If you look at equities now at the CNN Fear Greed Index, we're actually at greed. So we're not showing that we're hitting a market bottom in terms of equities. And here's a timeline for the fear greed index. Actually, we've gone up to greed. So that is not showing confluence with a major market bottom. Here, I made it a little smaller so you could see. So you want to see this index not at 61, but more at like 24, where there's more fear. Because remember, this is a contrarian index. So this is not showing confluence with Bitcoin. And that's it, my friends. So the story is, and the conclusion, key takeaway is, we're in the midst of a major market bottom and in Bitcoin and in crypto. But we're not at the major market bottom. We're getting there, not there yet. You want to see high yield spreads rising, and you want to see the fear of God and equity investors. We're not seeing that yet, but we're moving in the right direction. Well, thank you all for following Lamb's Cryptoverse. And